Hi, I'm Daniel Wilson from Windows Plus, and today I've got with me Scott Witte. He's a lifelong financing expert and our financing representative with Kemba Credit Union. We've teamed up with Kemba to bring a very good program to our customers and help them fulfill their dreams for their home improvement project. Scott, thank you so much for coming in today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're really excited. We've had a program with you guys for a while, and it's been going great. Our customers love working with you guys. We love working with you, your whole team. So yeah, we just wanted to answer kind of some of our customers' concerns, some of the stuff that they're interested about, just talk about our program. And then we've had some questions that have come in from our customers out in the field that we just want to kind of address and talk about those.
Happy to answer the questions, and we really do. We love the partnership with you guys, and we look at this for the consumers as just simplified, worry-free financing. So if you want to go ahead and get started with the questions, happy to fill them in.
Excellent. All right. Well, can we just start with kind of why financing?
We like to tell most of the people that we partner with it's simply offering your consumers another option, an additional choice. In today's market, with the economy, budgets, and different things going on, you have to have the right amount of choices for them to make a comfortable decision when doing something major like a home improvement project. So we simply look at it as just giving them another option: cash, checks, credit cards, and we also have some financing options, which would work best for you, Mr. Homeowner. And that's kind of the no pressure way we look at it.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and that's kind of why we started even offering financing. Most of our customers, they really went with two options, but then we reached out to Kemba. We said, hey, our customers are asking for some other options, and it was a great kind of fit. So we love having you guys as another option there. Our customers are loving it. So what is Kemba? What is Kemba Credit Union?
So it's funny, it's based here in Cincinnati, Ohio, and a lot of times when I sit down with people, and I did this with you guys, and we sat down in some of the initial meetings, the question I ask is, who's familiar, who knows what Kemba Credit Union is? And there's generally a response like, it's a big credit union, they do a lot of financing. We've been around about 85 years. We have currently 126,000 members. And we're a full spectrum lender. We manage $1.6 billion in assets. And by full spectrum, I mean we're doing these type of home improvement projects, auto loans, mortgages, and then everything else that you think of. But the one thing that's nice about Kemba, or that stands out with Kemba, is it's local. It's here in Cincinnati. And people like to do business, just like with Windows Plus, with someone that's from here, that they're familiar with.
Yeah. So what is the particular program Windows Plus offers? Our sales guys are able to give kind of the rough bullet points in home, and they're always a good first resource to go to. But from the horse's mouth, so to speak, what is the Windows Plus Kemba financing program?
Well, again, not to be redundant, we try to refer to it as just worry-free simplified financing. And our program is kind of a one-size-fits-all. We offer a 24-month, no-interest program. 2% customer minimum monthly payments is what we require on the repayment option. We have no prepayment penalties, which is very different than a lot of other people that are in this field. There's no back interest that accrues from the date of purchase. And the rate converts from 0%, the promotional rate, to 9.90% at the end of the promotion if the balance isn't paid in full. So once again, it is a very nice consumer-friendly program. A lot of the other programs, like I mentioned, that are out there don't tend to do those things. They have prepayment penalties. They have interest that accrues. The rate goes from 0% to 17.99 to 29.99% once the promotional period's over. So we really want them not just to be happy with their new roof and their new windows. We also want them to be happy with Kemba, that maybe in the future they decide to do something else with us, like a car loan or a mortgage or something else. So
yeah. No, it's great. No, I even have an auto loan through you guys. You were my first call for
that is
trying to get a new car.
That is a very familiar thing, probably, that the sales guys run into when they do say it's Kemba. It's that familiarity. Oh, our cars with Kemba, our trucks with Kemba, or camper, or whatever it might be. And that's just being here in Cincinnati.
Yeah, absolutely. So you talked about kind of the minimum payment there. Should a customer just go ahead and pay the minimum payment, or how should they kind of go about kind of budgeting? You're signing up for making payments over a period of time. What's kind of the best, what do you guys see as the best way to kind of go about that?
Well, I can tell you, based on the track record, we've been doing this program for about 8 years now, and we run a lot of different reports, and that's a question that we get a lot of the time. Ultimately, it's up to the consumer what fits within their budget and within their household. The 2% minimum payment is what we require, what we're expecting them to make. They can obviously pay as much as they want. If they decide to chop it up by 24 equal payments and pay that, that's fine. They also have the ability, if 1 month something occurs because life happens and they want to pay the 2% minimum payment, they can do that and then pay more the following month. And I joke about it. If they win a scratch-off lottery ticket and they want to pay the whole thing off, we're not going to penalize them again. We want to give them the freedom and the flexibility to do the home improvement project of their dreams, but also figure out how to reasonably pay for it within their budget.
Yeah. And so, if they wanted to break it up over a 5-year period or something to that effect, a customer's able to totally do that.
They have the ability, absolutely. They have the ability to do that. The first 2 years, they're going to get the 0% and still make the 2% minimum payments. And then it just continues. The interest starts to accrue at 9.90%. And they can continue to make the 2% minimum payments if that's what works within their budget moving forward until it's paid in full.
Yeah, and that interest accruing is just on whatever balance remains at the end of those
Correct.
24 months.
I always use the example of $10,000. If they borrow $10,000 and at some point during the 24-month period, the child needed braces, the pet needed surgery, and there was $3,000 left over at month 24, the $3,000 is what moves forward at 9.9%, and they continue to make 2% minimum payments on that $3,000 balance with 9.9%. So
Awesome.
that's how it works.
Yep, that's excellent. So you see a lot of different financing options out there. Home improvement, it's a big industry in financing, at least in our experience. So why shouldn't they go for that 7.99% deal that starts right at the time of sale? What's the appeal to the two years beforehand?
Well, I'll go back to what I said. It's all about consumers being educated and having the best option within their budget guideline. When people ask us and they compare it to what we offer with you guys, we always say, well, why wouldn't you take the 2 years at 0%? It's kind of free, and then convert to the 9.9% if you haven't paid it in full. Or the other one, that interest is accruing day one at 7.99. And 7.99 is a pretty tough rate to get right now in this market climate. A lot of the things that we see are in excess of 9.9% for a lot of those loans that are out there. So again, kind of back to your question, you get 2 years for free, if you will. Take advantage of the 2 years and then move into the 9.9% if you haven't been able to pay it off. And statistically, I think about 80% of the clients that use this program, yours and all of our other contractors that we partner with, they tend to pay it off. It's a 2-year float for a lot of them. So this is just an attractive option to leave those funds where they are, let it grow, and then use the financing as an alternative.
Yeah. So the economy, it's a pretty dynamic thing. All kinds of different factors go into that. What if the interest rates change? We have for 9.9% interest right now, but what about in a year, 2 years? What's going to happen?
I don't have a crystal ball, but I can tell you based on past experiences and since inception when we put this program together and started partnering with companies like you, and we don't partner with everyone, mind you. We're very particular about who we partner with. We want to make sure that we're doing it with companies that offer superior products, superior customer service, and superior craftsmanship. But in this market right now, we haven't changed our rates since inception in 8 years. Is there a possibility somewhere down the road that maybe it will change? I don't have a crystal ball. Quite possibly it can. But right now, with the way this is working, with the way we're seeing clients taking advantage of it and using it for their home improvement projects, I don't in the near foreseeable future see that happening.
Excellent, yeah. And once you sign all the documentation from Kemba, whether you're deciding to go with forward with your home improvement project or not at that time, once you sign the documentation with Kemba, your rate's locked in regardless.
Yeah, we're kind of locked in.
Yeah.
Your DocuSign. The DocuSign, a customer, a little bit of the process, just so you guys understand. All of our merchants, Windows Plus, has a live dedicated web link that a customer can securely submit their application online to Kemba. Kemba decisions most of those deals in about an hour. If they're approved, which most of them are, and they qualify, we'll send them a DocuSign. The DocuSign gives them the full disclosure on the financing. It has the deck page and it shows the 24 months at 0%, that no back interest accrues, no prepayment penalties, kind of all the things that I talked about, the highlights. That's all a part of it, and that's a part of their DocuSign, and that's what the consumer ultimately is locked into. So.
Excellent. So when a customer does go through and apply, what does that do to their credit score?
It is a hard credit pool. That's a question that we get
Yeah.
a lot of the time. It is a hard credit pool, and it will affect different people differently, but nothing more than a few points.
Gotcha. Yep. Excellent. It's actually what the customer actually receives out of this is technically a credit card.
Correct.
Right. And so that comes up. Yeah. Well,
It's a Kemba Visa Platinum card,
Yeah.
which is directly / indirectly related to this. It's the quickest, simplest way to fund a customer with their project. Anyone that's done a second mortgage or an Equiline loan or other things now knows that a lot of times they have to schedule a closing, an appraisal, and it can be very time consuming. Where with price increases and other things that go on in these different industries, this is just a very clean, quick way for them to go ahead and get the financing, get approved, and get the funds. But it is a Kemba Visa Platinum card, so.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay. Well, Scott, we appreciate you coming in today and helping us delve into the details of our program and answer these questions from our customers. Run into them all the time. They're perfectly normal questions. There's a whole lot going on when you're doing a home improvement project. So anything we can do to give the customers a good, conversational resource is great. Investing in high efficiency windows and doors, roofing and gutters for your home is a big investment, and we trust Kemba to handle everything with that. So we encourage you to trust them as well. Scott, thank you so much again.
Thanks
for coming
again.
in.
Appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time and your partnership.